Okay, YouTube, you're of course first. And just going to click the other button and the show will be live.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of big men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
I'm gonna go to a place where I can get a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clement, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power fly goal!
This is King Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is. Cave Crew Radio is the name of the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday night at 9 o'clock. And this is our time when we come in and spend it with you, hang out and tell you all about our lives and some funny stories that we've read and whatever the heck else is going on. We actually got a lot on our plate tonight, a lot to get to, but we have a special surprise at the break. If you're watching the Cave Crew Radio Facebook Live I did just before the show, you'll know maybe what it is. If not, stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss it. It's about one of your favorite subjects. Anyhow, here in the heat wave / thunderstorm capital of the world, inside of my nice and quiet cave, everyone else is bickering upstairs. I am DK. Now I do believe the real king of queens, the sir himself of Urine Stench Alley, is over on the other line here.
Yes, live from Queens, New York. I am Sir Big B. And I am thoroughly convinced at this moment that DK, away from the camera, underneath the table that he's at, is playing with change.
Dingling change. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Yeah, folks, my dog, when it's thunderstorms, they tend to come down here. But I don't blame the dog because the mother and the son are upstairs arguing about the most ridiculous things. And like I said, I've got my headphones on. I'm downstairs. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. We're going to check in with Big B in a minute and get into the roll of things. But do you want to throw it over to our other comrade?
Well, I do believe I hear London calling.
And wait a minute. See, you got to be right on. Always.
What happened to him?
Royal.
I'm still here. Hello. Good
Intern.
evening. Good evening.
Reach with this, Mama Kate. We think there may be a story to this.
There's got to be a story.
You start us off tonight, Stu. What's going on there?
Well, first of all, my name is Choo Choo Stew, and I am tuning in, or I'm live from London, England. And yeah, Mama Kate is a good friend of mine from somewhere out in the countryside in the sticks of the USA. And Mama Kate has to retweet everything I actually tweet over the next 2 weeks.
Now, why does she have to do this? Though you got to kind of explain it to us. There must be some kind of a bet that you won.
I was summoned to court by Mama Kate to martial law, and excuse me while I just try and burp a little bit, but
we might as well burp us too, because we heard you peeing just before we went on air. You must have a toilet right beside. Like, are you broadcasting in the bathroom? Is that what the white room really is? Anyway, carry on. Once you're done with burp.
I had the honor of appearing on Jason Marshall's show. We Don't Have Cookies last week, and but actually the reason I was on there, I was summoned on there by Jason Marshall and Jason Marshall's Law. And the reason being that Mama Kate had summons me, apparently, because, well, the whole story was that she had followed me on Twitter, and it took me over a week before I followed her back. And I was there to defend myself against Mama Kate. And fortunately, I won the case, and Mama Kate lost, and now has to retweet me as her penalty for 2 weeks.
We will post that episode of We Don't Have Cookies up on Twitter and on the Facebook page, so you can listen.
But joking aside, it was great to be on there. Jason Marshall has a fantastic show. We Don't Have Cookies. He has like a whole plethora of sort of different guests on there, but really good. And Mama Kate also features on there quite a lot.
Well, maybe we'll get Mama Kate on. We've had Jason on twice, so I think he's welcome to come back.
I think we really need to. She's so much fun. She's a really good girl, you know.
Oh, we should summons her to the court, the high court.
Oh, if you're in Stench Alley.
Absolutely.
And of course, Big B will rule over. I will be the moderator, and
you are the magistrate.
Do we not have to have a charge first?
Well, we will. We'll watch her very closely.
Well, what I say right now is, you know, you held court in martial law, but I say there's defamation of character of one of the fine citizens and elected representatives of Urine Stench Alley.
Yes.
So
I feel Marshall's court has no international jurisdiction.
That's right.
Yeah.
We are universal.
That lady summons.
Our law is punishable in
you need to look in the camera and summons that woman.
I summons Mama Kate to appear in Cave Crew Court in front of the fine citizens of Urine Stench Alley. You will not defame the character of one of the elected officials of Urine Stench Alley, namely Choo Choo Stew.
Right.
Our magistrate, DK, will preside over the hearings.
Yes. And remember now, the last people we tried to summons, those blokes that were giving Stu a hard time on Twitter from that other show, they never showed up.
Yeah, they never showed up. We never heard from them again.
No.
The most feared court in the world.
They ran away with a towel between their legs.
Nobody wants to face the wrath of Urine Stench Alley.
Yes. No, gosh. I'm in a happy place with it. I'm in a happy place. All right, I have to switch subjects because you're actually hang on here. I don't want that one. I'm looking for this. There is a speaking of Twitter. Just let me get to the right spot here. Sorry, I forgot that we were going to Twitter right away, but let's pull this up. And on Twitter, there appears to be, I don't know if you caught this, Brian, but there is actually a Constable Carson Twitter account.
I did see that, yes.
He is, ladies and gentlemen, Con Carson, but all you got to do is type in @ Constable Carson. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, Constable Carson was a well, really wasn't a figment of my imagination this time. It was Stu who was out drinking, and I don't know if he split personalities but this drunk Irish cop came on the show. I think he's been on twice.
Yes.
But the first time it was hilarious.
That was when
So
Stu
anyway-
lost his pants in the forest.
Yes, that was the night in Sherwood Forest.
That's right.
He's tweeted tonight, I'll be tuning into Cave Crew Radio tonight on the sleepover boat. Goodbye, Dublin, and hello, London. I'm back on the beat tomorrow. And then he says, I'm in Dublin a couple days to unwind. A few pints and Ma's boiled bacon should do the trick. And I don't know. He had threatened to, I didn't threaten, but I'm trying to find his original one where he says he wanted to call into the show again.
Mm-hmm.
So a mystery. Anyway, he's only got 3 followers. He's following 9 people.
Well, get him on. Get him on.
Well, I can't because he's on the sleepover boat, according to his Twitter.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe next week we can arrange for a good constable to join us. So that's my news.
I think we need the good constable to join us. We need an update on how law enforcement is going over there in London.
And now, Stu, would you not be in jeopardy of losing your position as a policeman if you're running a Twitter?
I suppose if you're incognito or something, I don't know. Maybe Carson's not his real name.
Okay.
Or who's going to prove that it's him? I mean, maybe I'm not a train driver. Maybe I work at Walmart. Or Asda as it is over here.
All right,
I've never even been on the train.
Okay.
Who doesn't know what a train
A very creative name, though. Well, I mean, we actually kind of gave it to you. But
good luck. Bring it on, Carson. We challenge you, brother. Come on.
Yeah. Constable Carson, Mama Kate, come on the show. Just want to chit-chat. Well, Mama Kate, you're in a little bit more hot water.
Mama Kate is called to the High Court of Urine Stench Alley.
Yes.
Constable Carson, I think we need an update on law enforcement over in London in light of the things that have gone on recently.
And some clarification on why this Twitter just appeared. What was it? I think it was 2016 or 15 that he was on the show. I think it's back way at the beginning.
Yeah.
Probably 2015.
I think it's Twitter's a funny thing, isn't it? That people, they don't always get on it straight away. So, most people aren't on Twitter, are they?
I don't, some people swear by Twitter, other people like Facebook. I mean, as far as reading stories, I'm more apt to go through Facebook and then the news because I link to a lot of newspapers and stuff. I guess I do the same on Twitter. Sports headlines come up.
Yeah.
And, Twitter's just brief. It's very to the point.
Yeah.
But, anyway, folks, another one of our characters has appeared. And how I feel about that, just before I go over to Big B and his Father's Day, I'll talk about mine when he's done. Where was I going with this? My life is like the never-ending story. It's like the game of Jumanji. I mean, Choo Choo Stu, we kind of nicknamed you the Big B. I'm DK, Constable Carson, all these other fucking people we come up with. I feel like my life is a modern-day never-ending story. Anyway, let's talk Father's Day. That was past weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you had them both off, you could celebrate both days. I do have something to tell you about my day, but Big B, you got something special.
I did. Well, a few weeks ago, I got an early Father's Day present, which was a book called The Art of Metal. I showed it on the show. It had
yes, you did show it to us, yeah.
Album covers and posters of metal throughout the years and the wonderful artwork and stuff.
It was like a coffee table book sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, basically like a coffee table book. And it's really great, to look through all the art, and some great artists have done wonderful things on album covers and such.
You've got great kids.
Yes, thank you. And that's one of the things you lose too in the digital age of music. You lose the album cover art.
Yeah.
Because, that's what drove us to buy a lot of the albums that we bought for music people that we never heard of, the album covers.
I think, to be honest, the first 2 singles I ever brought were purely on the cover. I was like, the first time I'd gone in a record shop, my mate said to me, "Yeah, let's go to the record shop." I went, "Yeah, come on, bruv, let's go there," or whatever. And you think, what music do I like? I don't really know, you know. And I bought, the first 2 records I brought purely on face value.
No, I
they
think
were
a
7
lot of
inch.
records are bought that way. Yeah, it's you just wander into the record store and thumb through the records, and you look at the cassettes, and whatever cover spits out at you. If you're not a fan of any one particular type of music, oh, that looks interesting, I'll buy it. You know,
I may have asked this before, but when I was a kid, in our teens, like in high school, we used to have like Levi jackets, and we'd have album covers painted on the back. There was this guy, and I had a Boston one, with the spaceship.
Yeah.
And, oh, that was cool, and everybody had different ones. And
yeah, what we used to do, I've seen people had the Led Zeppelin painted, Pink Floyd painted. What we had was the big back patches.
Okay.
Like the Metallica big, Master of Puppets cover back patch you put on the back of your denim jacket, and then you'd surround it with little smaller patches, right? That's what we did, but it's the same concept.
And how old was you then, Mr. Big B?
I was, 13, 14 years old.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah.
Back in the day.
Cool dude. Yeah.
Anyway, over to the actual Father's Day.
Yes. So then on Father's Day, I got a wonderful present, and I will bring it over and show it on the camera. Is this wooden box, and inside the wooden box, you can see it's Blood Oath bourbon whiskey.
That is
it's finished in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels. So it's whiskey finished in Cabernet Sauvignon wine barrels.
You'd keep that for knickknacks or cigars, or
yeah, it comes.
Now, are you actually gonna? Ooh, look at that!
I've opened it.
Of course, I've opened it. Whiskey doesn't stay long in this house.
Oh God, Stu! It's not there to sit in the box. You can put color.
I know. I would have opened it straight away, but
of course, it's already been opened, and I'm gonna have a little bit as a belated Father's Day toast to all of us. We are all fathers here, so
is this the first taste? Yeah.
No, this
thing
has been opened already.
The one thing I despise, I got to mention that about Father's Day, is I hate those posts when it goes, "Happy Father's Day to all the fathers and the mothers that do the job." Fuck you. You've got Mother's Day. Whether you play both roles or not, you got Mother's Day. This day is for the fathers. So we're just waiting for Big B now. Let's see if we get a little face out of it, see how strong it is.
So
putting it in a plastic cup. He's got this expensive bottle of
course.
Brew. And he's not even using a shot glass. Okay.
You know how much whiskey we go through? It's a lot to wash fucking how many shot glasses. It's easier just to take it.
That is quite a shot too, folks.
That's
I'm not going to down it. Sip it.
Well, I think you should.
That's about it.
Well, here's a toast to us fathers for Father's Day and all the hard work we do.
Cheers. Cheers.
There you go.
So now, did they cook you a dinner or anything like that to go along with it?
Let him taste the fucking drink.
I did.
How was it?
Quite good. Little bit of a burn, not much. Nice and smooth.
So no rocks, just straight up.
Straight up, yeah.
All right. Well, you're ingesting. I'll let you ingest that for a second. Stu, before I get to my little tale, did you do anything on Father's Day? Anything special? Anything good happened? Did you go to the allotment?
I got some lovely presents. One was including like a box of chocolates. And I opened them, took a chocolate out and enjoyed that one chocolate. And then I said, now put them in the fridge. I like my chocolate to be from the fridge. And next time I went, they was almost all gone. And then the time after that, they were all gone.
Yeah.
Apart from like one chocolate. So everyone has enjoyed my Father's Day chocolates.
It wouldn't just say Father's Day. The way I said to my son, I said, I couldn't be a father if it wasn't to you. And I guess if it wasn't for you, it had to be because of mommy too. So it's actually like a family day. Like we're so sacrificial in everything we do, the men.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll take me out to dinner and I'll pay for it.
I got Kentucky Fried Chicken, which I enjoyed. It was a late Saturday night.
Yeah, I think I cooked Sunday lunch or Father's Day lunch or whatever it was on that day. So
I just ordered a pizza. That was it.
Yeah, well, it's your day, right?
Yeah.
I think I even cut the fucking lawn. I don't remember, but I got to tell you guys about the Saturday. So,
DK, what did you get for Father's Day? Sorry,
it's not so much I really got anything. It was kind of like Sunday was a good day. We all just kind of hung out, watched the movies. I did some yard work, barbecued, like I said. But Saturday, it was up because we had no soccer. Of course, everyone was off work. My son decided that he was going to take myself, and we brought my wife as well, to this free Father's Day event. And there was all these, souped up sports cars and cranes, and there was face painting for the littler kids and those inflatable houses. But the main reason I was brought was to go see professional wrestling and roller derby, and he ensured I had a front seat to both. So I'm going to queue up a couple pictures here for you. I'll bring them on over to the camp. So here they are. I don't know the name of the two teams. Let's just say the black team was playing the white team. Now, this wrestling, obviously, we know is an entertainment, as good athletes as they are. But this, I think, is somewhat real because bodies were flying everywhere.
So far, the white team seem like women. The black team, possibly men.
Well, let's. This young lady's name is Diamond.
They are a bigger group, the black team. Let's just say that.
Yes. So you'll see that I had the opportunity on Father's Day to make a new friend.
Oh, Jesus.
He has a bigger beer belly than I do. For
what was his name?
No, that's her. That's Diamond. I don't know if you can see the cleavage because
his name was Diamond. What? I think I see 5 o'clock shadow. You didn't shave that well.
Look at that blue lipstick or whatever. She is a mean. Oh. She was tossing girls everywhere. Now, hang on. I do have one more here. Let me.
He's a big fella.
Then I met this one. This was the MVP. This was actually her first game.
But isn't that the same person?
No. Hang on. I'm pulling it up right now. So that other one was Diamond. This is Killer. He was the MVP from the black team. She's a pretty scary looking thing too.
He's a feminine looking fella. Okay.
Yeah. These girls are. If you're submissive, I imagine they'd be for you.
Look at the wide eyes that you have in that picture.
Well, I've never gone to roller derby before. I used to watch it back in the day before cable, and so there you have it, folks. Killer, and then once again, my better friend here even gave me a hug. Diamond.
He's such a big fella.
You know, you think I'd call her Husky or something like that.
He's a big fella. You know, maybe he plays in the CFL. He's a big guy.
Listen, that thing is big enough to be a fucking linebacker. Trust me. Anyway, it was great fun, and we had we watched the roller derby. We watched the wrestling. We came home, just kind of hung out, had a couple beers.
What was the wrestling? Was it WWE or?
Oh, BCW, which is Scott D'Amore.
Which
I've got tons of. No, I don't have any loaded that I can show you. I'll get some pictures.
BCW stand for?
Border City Wrestling.
Okay.
You've got guys like the Motor City Machine Guns, Petey Williams. Who else came from there? Edge was from there. Robert Roode. Some pretty good guy, and it was good. I mean, I'm watching the front row, and I know it's, but they put on a fun show, and yeah. So that we came home, nobody could decide what to do for dinner. I said, you know what? Let's go with the Dirty Bird. I'll go with the KFC, and I had some nice greasy Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I also claimed the remote for the weekend, so I did not lose the TV once.
As you should.
To my wife. Speaking of remotes, before I go over to my next picture, before I switch it over back to you guys, Anybody watch the NHL draft? We have a new NHL team, the Golden Knights.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it on and off. I was waiting to see who was going to be taken from the Rangers. So it was like almost at the end they finally took from the Rangers. So I watched most of it.
Yeah, they didn't lose too much.
But they lost Oscar Lindbergh. I like Oscar Lindbergh.
Well, you're going to lose everybody except for the Leafs. The Leafs lost some guy from the minors. But what was I going to tell you? I don't like their jerseys. And they pick like 14 defensemen. So there's going to be trades going on like crazy.
Oh, yeah. They got two goalies that are, backups at best.
Yeah. Then they got Marc-Andre Fleury, who's 34 years old.
Did they take Marc-Andre Fleury?
Yeah, from Pittsburgh.
Really? Once the Rangers pick came in, I turned it off because I could care less about that. I didn't realize they picked Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yes, and from the Predators, they got what's his name, Chris Neal, one of their top players. And anyway, Florida. Go back and read it. I don't want to bore everybody that doesn't like hockey, but Florida paid dearly. They did trades, and the Islanders gave away a first-round draft pick so they wouldn't pick a certain person. And
they alluded to that last night. There was some draft pick compensation if you don't pick people.
They've got like 15 picks in this year's. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. But then why bother with a protected list then? Yeah. If you're just going to okay, well, I can protect these guys, but then I'm also going to protect these guys because I'm going to offer you draft picks. So don't pick these guys.
But a team like the Islanders, who have won one playoff game in 24 years?
So 24 years. Yeah.
You think they'd be I know you got Tavares, but you think you'd be looking for the future and you wouldn't give away your first round draft pick, so that they didn't pick. I don't know who would they pick. Hamonic, or was injured half the season. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, before we go to our commercial, which we're very excited about because we have something special to air for you this week, and we're not going to get into it yet. In a few minutes, but Choo Choo Stu was on vacation. Well, is on vacation. Still another week and a half to go, but he was on vacation this week, so he's not having to behave as much. But he hasn't sent me a lot of pictures. Other than this one, Stu, can you explain to the audience what's going on in this picture, what you're doing for your vacation?
I took a cheeky snap. I was at the dentist, and I was just at the dentist having a checkup, and I've lost like an inlay, a big fuck off thing at the back of my tooth. And
are you stoned on that magic gas?
But he said to me, "Oh, we can do this. It'll cost you $250." And I said, "Can't you just stick a filling in it, And he said, "Yeah, we can do that." I said, "We'll do it." And he said, "Right, it'll be like, you'll have to come back." And I said, "Oh, I'm really nervous about being at the dentist." He said, "So we'll do it right now." I said, "Okay, then do it right now." And there's me, I'm gripping the bloody chair like there's no tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like sweat coming off my head, and I'm gripping it as hard as I can. And it's like,
I swear those damn needles they put right through your cheek.
Well, that was going to be my question to Stu. What are you most afraid of at the dentist? Is it the drill, the needle, the whole thing?
No, it's first of all, it's the needle that numbs you.
Yeah,
because the needle that numbs you often quite hurts. This time, I didn't even know I'd put it in. And then the worst thing is the drilling, because it just goes through your whole body.
Yeah, and it smells.
You could wear headphones and have heavy metal blasting. Yeah. You would still hear or feel that drill or grinding away.
After he's frozen your mouth and he tells you to rinse, and you're like drooling all over the place because you can't feel your lips at that point.
Yeah.
And DK, you're right. Like, I'm not afraid of the doctor's needle. I'm not afraid of any of it. But I agree the smell is terrible. Once they start drilling into a tooth, it smells awful.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for them to come up with this nice laser dental treatment. And I got to sway things here. I just popped into the chat room. Hello to everybody out there. I don't know if Mama Kate was listening earlier, but Big B, just really quick, like in a 30-second recap for Mama Kate who is listening now, what exactly you proposed.
Well, Mama Kate has been called to the Urine Stench Alley High Court for defamation of character for one of the citizens of the, not even a citizen, an elected official of Urine Stench Alley, our Prime Minister, Choo Choo Stew. I am Sir Big B, the Duke of Urine Stench Alley.
And I am the magistrate.
And DK is the magistrate. So you have been called to Urine Stench Alley High Court to stand trial for defamation of character of an elected citizen of Urine Stench Alley.
She heard. So we are just waiting on your thing. And the other thing, Mama Kate, we just wanted to let you know is as a group, because we are, Talk Radio's Three Amigos. We are going to help Stu with some very creative tweets that you will be tweeting over the next weeks. So stay tuned. And she accepts. So we'll have to get that together.
Yeah. So Mama Kate has to retweet. So yeah, give me some ideas out there.
We can think of some vile things that Stu can tweet out that needs to be retweeted by Mama Kate.
It has to be, a reasonable level. It can't be too bad.
Well, no, we don't want anybody.
We do love Mama Kate.
Yeah, well, of course we haven't had the privilege of meeting her, but I've heard her and we do like her. But it's like that show, To Tell the Truth, that game show, where the loser of the whole game they only have to do one tweet. So two weeks of tweets.
And to be honest, when I was on the We Don't Have Cookies show, afterwards I felt really bad, and I was thinking, was I a bit horrible to her? So I'm really sorry if I was. It really wasn't meant to come out that way.
Do I have to remind you that Choo Choo Stew is not a real person? I thought we covered all this about a mad in the show.
But I went on as Choo Choo Stew.
Just because you play the part does not mean you own the character. You owns all rights.
What are you, the Vince McMahon of the show?
You'll tweet whatever the hell Big B and I tell you to tweet. Anyway, yeah, let's go to break. Here's the moment that we've been waiting for. So we will be in touch with Mama Kate. If I guess the easiest way to do it, instead of Stu throwing his email out there, send it to cavecrewradio@gmail.com if you have any ideas for a tweet. Remember, it has to be 140 characters or less, and we need room for hashtags. So we want to make sure the word gets out there. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. And we'll be back after our short break. Our break this week is entertaining. Normally we'll do a prank call and stuff like that, but we got something special for you. We know the allotment is a very special place to anytime I bump into or talk to people online, they ask about is there going to be talk about the allotment? Is there going to be talk about the allotment? We haven't even seen if there is any new news, but there is a new song that has been recorded. Now, is this you, Stu, or is this a band you have formed?
I formed a little band, it's myself and a quartet that I've got together, and it's actually in aid of the fire that was in London. So it will be on YouTube. It will be on iTunes for you to purchase. But in the meantime, if you just shove $5 to cavecrewradio.com.
Oh, geez, thank you very much. We're going to give you, seriously, if you want to, and it's not that you want to own it, because once we play it, you could just cut it out of the show, I guess. But it would be for a good cause.
It's all for, yeah. I mean, if you want to, how do you say, donate $5 to Cave Crew Radio? Yes. We will make sure it goes to a worthy cause.
Yes, we'll make sure it gets over to the good people.
Yeah, to the good people. Yeah.
All right.
Hashtag good people.
Hashtag good people.
Yeah.
Light it
of Cave Crew Radio.
Here we go, folks. Cave Crew Radio is the name of the show. 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on cavecrewradio.com. Available on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, wherever good podcasts are found. Also on YouTube on Cave Crew TV, where you got to check in and watch once in a while, because we do a lot of visuals. We try to explain them to you, but Coming up after the break, Barbie has a new Ken doll, and also a few other stories, and whatever else comes up. So hang on one sec here, kids. Let's go to the break. So you asked me what goes on the rest of the week. Facebook, Cave Crew Radio. Join the Cave Crew Radio group on Facebook 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Find out where the stories come from. Where are the ideas plugging in? Cave Crew Radio on Facebook. Join today. Don't forget Twitter at Cave Crew Radio.
Okay, boys, look, you've all got the lyrics, so no mistakes this time, okay? I really want feeling in this take, okay? I really want some feeling. So give me your best, okay? Malcolm?
Okay, I'll do my best.
Norman?
With feeling, you say?
Mr. Small? Well, you know, I'll do what I can, boss. Right, we're going to go straight for it this time. No mistakes. All right, on the count of 3, the music's going to start. 1, 2, 3. My crops to me are like diamonds. I stand here king of my land. The aroma of manure and a burning heat. The smell of the shit on my hands. In a neat little town they call London. In an allotment plot I am bound. And many an hour sweet happiness, drinking tea as I potter around. After hours and hours of digging, I finally sowed all my seed. Far away from the wife and the screaming kids, what more could a chap ever need? All my crops to me are like diamonds. I stand here king of my land. The aroma of manure and the burning heat, the smell of the shit on my hands. I took a stroll to the burning heat to burn up an old rotten bench. I crossed a do not enter line and was spotted by an eagle-eyed wench. The superintendent, he summoned me, and into his shed I was called. Burning my wood without authority to face the wrath of the bull. All my crops to me are like diamonds, and I stand here king of my land. The aroma of manure and the burning heat, and the smell of the shit on my hands.
There you have it, folks. Now, is that just the allotment song?
That was wonderful.
What is the name, folks? You will be able to get a copy of that. Remember, the allotment song, the most favorite subject on Cave Crew Radio. Is that the name of the song, Stu? The allotment song?
I believe so. It was, it was for the people.
Or the legend of the Black Heap.
Now, are you going to petition the head of the allotment to set up speakers and play this song on a loop as the official song of the allotment?
I will be getting on that tomorrow morning.
Now, how would you, because again, you guys are the musicians of the group here. I'm not the most musical.
Obviously, listening to what you've just heard, yeah.
Well, no, you've recorded a lot of songs. I mean, big too. So how would you set that up? Because obviously you need the voices, so you wouldn't be able to do. Would that be like a lip sync, like a Milli Vanilli type of thing?
I would not be lip syncing to anything.
You'd have a couple of leprechauns sitting with you, or?
Oh, yeah, possibly. I prefer live stuff, really.
I don't know how you're going to pull that off. So, Big B, you are the resident musical expert as well. You give that a thumbs up.
2 thumbs up right there.
Good, 2 thumbs up. And producer Al is loving it. He says, "I love the shit on my hands, the black on my hands." Yeah, I think you really touched a Like you really touched something here. All right, I have to change a picture here. Hang on.
Can you before you move on? Can you just tell me who are the members of the group again?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I've got such a bad memory. We got Mr. Small.
Mr. Small, that's right. Okay.
We got Norman, and oh God, I can't remember the others because I had so many people wanted to be in the band. You see,
right? So understandable.
I had to audition them, and to be honest, they was all shit. And in the end, I went, yeah. Half of them I didn't even know, you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they sang all right, you know.
All right.
Well, they sang better than the others. So I know there was Norman, Mr. Small stood out. Yeah.
Well, to all the people, we appreciate Mr. Deep.
Yeah. But obviously, if I was doing a proper you know, when I do my promos and that on the news and stuff tomorrow, I'll have all my literature at hand, so I'll be up and ready.
Big shout out in the chat room to Eric Evil, who has just joined us. We haven't seen him for a couple of weeks.
My buddy Eric.
Hopefully you heard the song, Eric, or you're going to have to go. I'm sure we will put together some kind of a video that we can post to this thing. Welcome back, Eric. Good to have you out there. All right. Before we go to, I do have a few stories I wanted to bring up here. We're always trying to get Big B's blood boiling, of course. Stu, has there been any allotment news? Have you even been out there? Has it been too hot? What's the nothing, no report this week? Or
I was there tonight. I was there this evening. I was the only one on the whole allotment, more or less in darkness. I just went to water the plants, water the tomatoes and the beans, and
a little bit of inspiration for the for the song.
Yeah, I saw 3 women getting dressed for bed while I was at the allotment as well, and I didn't look.
Getting dressed for bed at the allotment. Do people camp there?
There's a whole row of houses going along that back onto the allotment. So
I'm not so sure I'd want to live in you know, with an allotment out my front or back door.
But that was the only thing I saw. I saw nothing there really, to be honest. I just watered my plants, got on with my job, and went to the supermarket afterwards to buy my beer.
All right.
Now DK, you brought up bringing up this picture again of you and the dude from the CFL. You're very proud of this picture.
I was looking for a picture that Stu sent me of the Vietnamese lady on the plot, but I can't find it.
with the fucking rice hat.
Well, I think what she was doing was picking worms, but she had like that big fucking hat on.
Yeah, the rice hat.
Yeah, I mean it's bigger than an umbrella.
That's the hat that if you watch any Vietnam movie ever, all the women are wearing this hat.
But they wear that, the whole family are there. Like you never know if is it the same person you've seen or is it someone else. They're there.
It's kind of like the Oriental version of a burqa.
But I always make sure I say hello to her. You know.
Producer Al wants to know how you knew the women were changing for bed if you weren't watching. Probably there with your fucking telescope and your binoculars.
I think we've established a long time ago that fucking Stu is a creep that will fucking watch anything he can. He's broken into his neighbor's house and fucking put his feet up on the couch and done a podcast from there. He's going to watch his neighbors through the fucking telescope.
I sent my neighbor a text today, my Indian neighbor, and I said to him, do you know your kitchen window's open? and you're not in. Right, do you know, like you get a little window, like a quarter window or whatever it is. I said, do you know your window's open? He went, yeah, I left it open just to air the house. I said, well, while you're airing your house, I could jump in there. I could lean through, open the window, open the other window, and just get through and ransack your house.
Well, how did you get in the last time?
I had the key. He's changed locks. I knew the old lady that lived there before. She gave me a key.
Oh my god! And of course, you
That's
never
true.
told the new neighbor. You
That's
just
a true
kept the
story.
key.
We had a cat after she died. You know, we had a cat for about a year and a half because she gave me the keys.
The woman died, and you had the key to the Indian guy's house, and you didn't even say, "Hey, by the way, here's the spare key."
No, I think I've still got it. Actually, I don't actually think he's changed the key, but I probably have still got it.
You're gonna have to find out and then report back. Please do a live Facebook live of that. You've got time on your hands. You've got everybody out during the day. You've got plenty of time.
He gave me the keys a couple of weeks ago anyway when he went to New York for a holiday.
Yeah, and true enough, he could have went to the hardware store and had a new one made.
Yeah,
you kidding me? He's got triplicates of that key. One hidden in the allotment, one's in his house, and one's in his fucking secret hiding spot in the next town over.
That's what he went those briefcases for. Remember
the garbage cases.
No, when he went away, he was away for 2 weeks in New York. I let his house out as an Airbnb.
He rented his house to an Airbnb. Okay, you haven't told us this yet. I know you had to move his car every 2 hours or something. So it looked like no one was there. But so Airbnb is what? That you're almost doing like a bread and breakfast for people.
Yeah, without the breakfast. It was just a bed. You know, they turn up, you let them in. They go and give me cash.
Now, have you done that at your house?
No.
Why don't you set up a Airbnb in the shed at the allotment? Get a nice little cot in there. You know, maybe a VCR and some you know, a little selection of tapes and
well, it's already got a kitchenette in there.
There you go.
Yeah, I can advertise it as a kitchenette and pick your own breakfast.
Exactly, unlimited fresh vegetables and fruit right outside your doorstep.
Yeah, no, it's definitely worth thinking about.
Mama Kate says she has serious doubts about you jumping in a small upper window.
No, but a small child could, and let the adult in. And I've got gypsies moved in up the road as well in the car park of the gym. I went to the supermarket last night and said, "Oh look, bloody gypsies moved in." Went there tonight, they're gone. Come home, they're in the gym car park, in the Harvester and the gym car park.
I have to go visit still.
I don't. And what exactly?
We seriously, we've got gypsies moved in. They've got their their dags or dogs or whatever they call it. Their dogs running around, and they've got their washing out, and it's all in the car park.
And now are they? And they don't get ticketed or towed away?
No, it's racism. You do that.
No, and gypsy is like, see, the only gypsies I know from what I've seen on TV and movies were they like wearing beads and funny dresses and hats and stuff and making spells.
Mate, the blokes are in wife beater shirts, vests, whatever, and the women are inside cooking or whatever. I don't know what they're doing, but and the kids are out thieving. But that's just
like that musical you guys had over there, Oliver.
Well, it's a bit beyond Oliver now.
Yeah.
The kids are trained to climb through small kitchen windows. I can assure you.
Can you get us a picture of those gypsies in the carport, please?
I will do tomorrow. You'll have that.
Thank you. Have you done any dumpster jumping lately? No new treasures?
I've still got my eye on these. I've got 3 fence panels that are sitting in someone's front garden, and I still haven't had the audacity to knock and ask for them yet. But I'm
wait, so can I ask you a question? I know you're a garbage picker and a hoarder, but how long do people wait before garbage comes and gets picked up? You've been staring at this shit for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Does garbage come like once a decade?
No, they're not in any rush. You know, they're filling up. They're making sure that dumpster's full to the brim. But there's 3 lovely fence panels at the side there, sitting on the side. You think, have they thrown them away or are they keeping them? So we're playing a bit of a waiting game with these. But
man, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, look, there's 3 fence panels, right?
And what are you going to do with the fence panels? Or what that? This is
I'm going to cover. I've got I think I've got like this 300-gallon water tank, yeah, and I want to cover it with wood, so it looks like it's wood.
Looks rustic. It looks
rustic. Yeah, I want to cover it up, you know.
I think you should get the gypsies to be the dancers in your music video. You know, give them all tambourines and shit. Anyway, I wanted to do this story. Big B immediately came to mind, folks. So we will have pictures of the gypsy, and maybe we'll get some pictures of those wooden things and that water tank so we can more clearly. Apparently, this week, and I will pull up a picture here in a sec. Let's get it going here. What you see there is the new Ken doll. Introducing the new look Ken doll, man bun, beer belly, and pan racial. Whatever the fuck that means. This is from the Telegraph. There is big news in the toy world. Ken has had a makeover, and he's piled on a few pounds. In a move that will be accompanied by the collective sighs of men up and down the country, setting their beer bellies free. Mattel has announced that it is relaunching its male Ken doll, who since 1961 has been Barbie's loyal and loving boyfriend in Plastic Paradise. You see these pictures here, guys?
Yeah.
Here is the new Ken doll. The one guy's got a shirt. They both look transsexual. Let's start with that. You know, they've got the $700 jeans that are torn and bleached that you pay for. A man bun.
Perfectly manicured faces.
Perfectly manicured face. Now imagine the guy. Do you remember reading the story of the guy that spent all that money to become a Ken doll?
Yeah, yeah.
And now they've redone the Ken doll. What is hang on, what's that word again?
That guy's pretty pissed off by now, I'd imagine.
Racial.
It's so nobody gets offended because everybody's a fucking whiny pussy. That's what pan-racial means.
Here is the whole new group.
Oh God.
Oh shoot. Where did he go now?
Wait, so if we're gonna do fucking gay man bun fucking Ken, are we gonna have feminist activist Barbie where she weighs 350 pounds and just wears
comfortable shoes
and wears comfortable shoes and walks around and paints fucking I'm a feminist all over her fucking forehead and stomach? Is that gonna be next? Can we have that Barbie? It comes in extra wide packaging.
Why are the men standing with the women?
They posed all these. Look at the blonde guy with the purple or pink pants or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Now the guy beside the girl with the fro on the other side could be a DK doll.
Yeah.
With a goatee. And then of course there's the Barbie with the blue hair.
That's Choo Choo Stew.
There's even a girl with a buzz cut. Oh my God. But the guy with the man bun does look like he's sporting a bit of a belly. But the poor guy still doesn't have a penis.
Do we really need to do this? I mean, really? Can't we just have a guy and a girl fucking doll and let little girls and little boys play with them and get on with life? Do they have to be sensitive to all races and this?
But do they have to look into it so deeply?
Exactly. It's a fucking what amounts to a fucking cartoon. You pretend to have real life situations with the dolls. They're for fucking 5-year-olds.
Yes.
I mean, for Christ's sake, do we have to be? We have to be extra sensitive to the guy who wants to wear a man bun and identifies as a fucking cheetah. Who really fucking cares?
You know, yeah. If it's not broken, what face? Like what is it with these people that they actually take time to actually get insulted about dolls?
Because that's what they do. They get insulted and then they have to protest, and that's how they earn their money. People donate to their cause. The money goes directly into their pockets. It's professional fucking professional people that get insulted so easily. Professional offenders or professional people being offended. It's fucking ridiculous.
Mama Kate says, so what's wrong with a kid wanting a doll that looks like them? Well, they've had dolls that look like them. It's usually called a boy doll, or a girl doll. So historically, that's what you had. And it usually looks like them because they're a boy or a girl. And she says girls always pick the doll that looks like them.
With people of color, I'm just saying, why did we have to change Ken's timeless haircut?
Why do they? And Mama Kate likes man dolls, man buns.
Oh,
no one's insulted. She said, just
she likes little girly boys. Then,
yeah. I mean, you have my daughter used to play with like Barbies and Cindy's or whatever. And
what the fuck is a Cindy?
And well, it's a UK. It's a cheap version of a Barbie.
He buys the discount Barbie. He doesn't buy. Nah, honey, this one's Cindy. This one's rarer. There's only 40 billion of them made in Taiwan.
They may have a little lead in them, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But my daughter, my sister, when she was like from very early school age, from like nursery age, had this friend, and he used to come and play with my daughter, and we knew. Do you know, you can always tell right from the start that boy's gay. Before he was 5 or 6 years old, and we knew that he was gay because he was always fighting with my sister to play with the dolls and stuff like that, and you could just tell. And now 40 years on, she shared a picture with him, and she's friends with him on Facebook and stuff, and yeah, he's gay. I think they're born gay anyway, but he never needed another boy doll or whatever. Do you know what I mean? He went straight for the girl dolls. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
you're trying to say that you knew this gay kid that liked to play with Barbies, and in today's world, it's fine. My next question to you is: are you breaking out in digestive Tourette's again?
Most likely, I am.
Oh, geez, I thought I saw the hiccups coming on again. Mama Kate says in the chat room, no, she has just been married to a bald guy for 20 years, so that's why she likes man buns. Okay, on to the next. I don't see
the correlation between the two. If you like guys with hair, okay, but man buns, they're
yeah, just buy hubby a wig.
There you go. You can go to like Party City or something and get one of those rock star wigs.
That's where he got his for when he drags. Okay, next.
You could always ask Choo Choo Sue. Choo Sue had a nice wig.
We need to have Choo Choo Sue back on. I wonder if we'll get her on Twitter.
Choo Choo Sue she's gone to the Far East or something like that at the moment. She's away.
Well, isn't her hair on the fucking scarecrow now?
Yeah, but that was one of her many wigs. She's actually taken a whole new transformation. When you next see her, because she does send me pics every now and again. When you next see her, you will not believe your eyes.
You'll have to. Is she there for some kind of surgery or something?
No, I don't know. I know she was in Thailand at some stage on a training course.
We'll see if we can't get our production crew to dig us up some pictures for next week of Sue on tour. Similar to the ones we had the Pavarotti after you when you were taking that leave of absence there. All right, listen, next story. And this is not a major news story, folks, by any means. But I thought we could really build something out of this next segment. Apparently, there's a couple in Pennsylvania. Let me verify my source here for you. This is coming from Fox News. A couple from Pennsylvania, and there was an alarm clock stuck in the wall for 13 years, and it was going off every day. You would think either the battery would run out or the spring, depending what kind of clock it was. A Pennsylvania homeowner is reminded of the alarm clock that's stuck in the wall of his home when it goes off every day for the last 13 years. Jerry Lynn told KDKA that he dropped the alarm clock in September 2004 while trying to drill a hole in the living room of his home. Lynn said he was using the alarm clock to pinpoint the spot where he could run a wire to connect his television. So instead of using a tape measure or he was using the clock as a point, where he wanted the cord to go through the wall. So let's go through this again. You're drilling a hole big enough for a cord to come through. Number one, you're not doing a very good job if the alarm clock fell through.
Now, a hole big enough for a cord to go through, that's smaller than the size of a quarter.
Yes.
That sounds, to be honest, to be fair to this fella, right, 9 times out of 10, when I want to drill a hole, I end up with a hole about 15 times the size that I want it to be. For half the fucking wall falls down. So fair play to this bloke, you know. And I know I'm not the only one, because I spoke to friends who are the same. They go, yeah, happens to me. You get this tiny little drill bit, and you can just drill it, and all of a sudden you got the fucking half the wall has fallen down.
Yeah, but when
you've got this like plug, you know, like the wall plug that goes in, it's just like a little penis going into a baggy vagina.
Yeah, those are a pain in the ass. They never work, those plastic fucking. Anyway, back to the clock. So here's what happened. So the clock fell through the wall. Lynn and his wife Sylvia thought the clock's battery would run out in 3 or 4 months. But 13 years later, they're still hearing the beeps. Sounds like a haunted alarm clock to me.
It sounds like a Duracell advert.
I think after 2 months, I would smash the wall.
Well, I have a fairly obvious question. If he was drilling and made a hole big enough for a clock to fall through, why didn't he just get the clock right then when it fell?
But because he says that he feels the battery is going to run out.
But you're right there. I mean, are you drilling a hole at the top of the wall, like 8 feet up in the air, and it falls all the way to the bottom? No, you're for a wire, you're at the bottom of the wall. So all you have to do is reach in and pull the clock out. Are you that fucking lazy where you felt, oh God, I can't get it anymore? That's it, I'm done.
So, and it's like one of these clocks that I guess starts off as a soft, beep, 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 and gets louder. I would definitely go through the wall at some point.
But even if you say for whatever reason you can't just reach into the wall where the clock just fell 6 seconds ago and pull it out, you patch up the wall. You go through all the work of patching up the fucking wall, and you think the battery's going to run out in 2 to 3 months. Do you really wait 13 years to try to get it? I mean, if you think it's going to last 2-3 months, after month 6, you're like, all right, fuck this. I got to get this fucking clock out.
I mean, I don't have a beep, but imagine hearing this every single night. I think you'd go bonkers. You lose your fucking mind over it.
Why don't you pick the clock up when it fell?
Again, not a breaking news story, ladies and gentlemen, but showing you once again, do not lose face in the stupidity of people.
I'd say the human race as a whole is just fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that on there. I thought it was very interesting. Where's the next one I want here? Okay, we got 2 other stories I want to bring up for you lovely chaps out there tonight. So here's a couple of sex. Everybody likes sex, and they kind of go hand in hand together. The first one, I think producer Al put this up on the Facebook page. Cave Crew Radio. Singapore man breaks world record by sleeping with 57 women in 24 hours. A 34-year-old man from Singapore has broken a long-standing record by successfully having intercourse with 57 different women within a 24-hour period. The record was set in Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic, as part of an annual event ran by a brothel. Of course. We could go down to Dennis Hoff's place and see if we can break the record. Now, here's what the guy says. I've always been a little bit of a sex addict. And then when I learned the brothel was having a world record attempt, I knew I had to come and give it a go. I take it really seriously and train for it, just like an athlete would prepare for a marathon.
I'd like to be in on that training.
In some ways, it's much harder than professional sports.
Wow.
The world record attempt began at midnight local time, with officials looking on as the man commenced intercourse. So there's perverts everywhere with his first partner. For the world record to count, every woman I slept with had to be different. So the venue had to hire a number of girls from other brothels.
How many times did he come?
He says by midday he had slept with 29 women, and he started to get a bit of a cramp. But luckily there was a physiotherapist on hand to give him a massage. So the guy got fucked 54 times and he gets a fucking massage out of the deal.
See, if he didn't have to finish off with each woman, it would be quite easy to do, I would imagine.
Yeah, because that's the question.
Line them up is what I'd say. 57 is not enough.
Right. I mean, you don't have to come to have sex with somebody.
No.
There's the having sex with somebody is the actual penetration.
Yeah.
So you could just line them up one by one, for lack of a better term, bang, 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 all the way down the line.
Yeah.
And, you could do 57 in an hour if you really wanted to, just one in and out, when you're done.
Haven't lined up. Yeah.
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 Here's a line for you. The officials believed it would be unlikely for the record ever to be broken, particularly as such a high volume of sex in a short period can cause great trauma on the male organ. Why don't they just say it makes your cock hurt?
Oh, can you imagine?
I guess it was an American porn actor back in 1983 that previously held the record. He had to have some what do you call?
I don't think he needed any additives. I don't think he needed that. How old was the guy?
What did they say? 50, I closed it down. Was it 34?
Probably done.
He's still in the spray of his.
Yeah, I don't think that was. Line them up and just do your bit. There's no way. Because after about 4 or 5 of them, or let's say like 3 or 4 of them, he'd have been shooting sand, wouldn't he?
Yes.
Uh,
So there's no way, he's going to be doing 50 odd.
Right, and that's the reason why I want to know how many times did he come?
Yeah,
because I don't think he came 57 times.
If it was just a matter of in and out, and then you could do that in an hour.
Right. Yeah. So I want to know what they say constitutes having sex with them.
And then just put the prettiest scale at the end.
So that you come right at the end.
Yes. We'll start with the ugly ones, right?
Yeah. Well, no, you'd need a good one to start with. You'd need to pop a good one every now and again, every sort of 2 or 3. Right. So you could look over to the left or whatever, or right, whatever way you're going, and just think. Well, don't worry, you can think of her while you're doing it.
This story ties right in, guys. This one fills right into the to the sex. There's a story that came out. It came from Attention, I guess is the name of the site. It's a health site. How many times should a man ejaculate in a week? And this is for against prostate cancer. There's one surprisingly huge health benefit to ejaculation. If you're a man worried about developing prostate cancer, there appears to be at least one preventative step you can take to lower risk from the comfort of your own bedroom. Several studies have linked that frequent ejaculation during sex, masturbation, or while you're sleeping reduce the risk of prostate cancer. A 2016 study was done, of course, in the Journal of European Urology. Researchers surveyed 32,000 men from 92 to 2010 and found out participants who were ejaculating at least 21 times per month during their 20s are 19% less likely to get prostate cancer than those who ejaculated 7 times a month. Men in their 40s can reduce their risk by 22%. It does not say if you still got to do it 21 times in a month, though.
I'm safe either way.
You're a man among men. And in 2003, Australian researchers compared ejaculation frequency of about 2,300 men, half of who had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. The results showed that ejaculating 5 to 7 times per week were 36% less likely to develop prostate cancer compared to those who ejaculated less than 2 times a week. So there is a public service announcement for you guys.
Fantastic.
Beloved men of the cave. Eric Evo, going back to the past story, says a minute per woman in a 24-hour period. That's you're in the thousands then.
A minute per woman?
Yeah.
So if you're doing 57 women, that's just less than an hour.
Yeah. I'd like to see that record broken. I'd watch that on YouTube.
Well, they had what is it? I guess back in the 90s, 80s, whenever it was, the chick that screwed 500 guys in one time. Yeah. It was the largest gangbang thing, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be sexist, but I would think that it's more feasible for the woman. You know,
I don't know. I mean, that's got to hurt after.
Well, yeah,
same thing. I mean, you know, with a guy, we know your dick's going to get raw eventually, and it's going to really hurt. With a girl, I would assume would be the same thing. I mean, her vagina is really going to, start getting raw and hurting after a while.
Yeah, you would definitely
do so much.
You would definitely need KY jelly. Yeah. KY jelly. Okay. Well, that story doesn't even work. So I can't do that one. Okay. One more story to close us off. And again, this one is probably not funny, but you all know my bizarre sense of humor. The headline of this story is, let me just plug it in here. I wasn't expecting to get to this, but things are moving a little bit quicker than I thought. From the Toronto Sun, which is a Canadian paper. Apparently, a bear killed a teen runner during a race. Now, and this is just the headline, but here's where I think things went wrong. He reportedly called his brother while being chased.
What?
I think the phone call can wait. Okay, well, let's get into this here. So this happened in Anchorage, Alaska. Patrick Cooper had already turned around after reaching the halfway point in a popular mountain race in Alaska when he somehow veered off the trail. That's when the 16-year-old Alaskan boy encountered the black bear that would take his life in a rare predatory attack. Cooper began running, and at one point he reportedly placed a frantic call to his brother, saying he was being chased by a bear in the Robert Spur Memorial Hill Climb race of Anchorage. The boy notified race director, who alerted race crews to begin searching for Cooper, known as Jack. So very sad. The 250-pound bear got shot, and it took a couple hours to find him. He obviously went off the path. I'm playing Big B's double advocate, though. Why would you take time to make that phone call?
Yeah, you're running for your life from a bear. What do you do? What do you tell him to stop? Can you stop chasing me for a minute? I got to make a call. And then after we're done, we can start chasing again. Who thinks that I'm going to call my friend when I'm running for my dear life? No, you're running and trying to get the fuck away from this giant monster that's going to kill you.
Now, number one, aren't you supposed to like roll down and play dead?
There's no way I would fucking play dead if a bear's trying to kill me. I'm sorry, I'm running for my life.
I'm pretty sure that I would not make a phone call.
Well, did you ever see the movie Grizzly Man?
Grizzly Man?
Yeah.
I saw the movie Grizzly. It's a real old movie. No.
This is actually a documentary. So there was this dude back in the early 2000s, 1990, whatever it was. He was a conservationist.
Like a Jacques Cousteau, but he was for bears.
Kind of, but I don't think that's what he did professionally. What he did was take time off of his work and go to Alaska, and he would film the bears over the summer. And you watch this documentary, and it takes course. It's actual real footage from his camera, and he's documenting all of this, and it goes over a couple of years, and you just see his almost obsessive dementia take hold of him, and he starts becoming so protective and thinks he's like friends with the bears, and he can almost hang out with the bears, and he's going to protect them from the poachers that are coming, and this and that, to the point where he thinks all the bears know him and trust him, and he can do whatever he wants. What ultimately happens is on this, and Stu already knows, what ultimately happens is he asks his wife to come on a trip with him. She reluctantly does. He stays. Now, during the summer months, I guess the more friendly bears are out, and they kind of stay away from him. Huh?
They're not hungry in the summer. There's plenty of salmon and berries.
They're doing their thing, and he's kind of staying away. So for whatever reason, he thinks he's such a friend with the bears. He stays past whatever period of like summer into fall, and this other group of bears apparently in Alaska comes out to gather their last meal before hibernation. And he wants to protect those bears and film them, but they're a more aggressive breed. And ultimately what happens is him and his wife get mauled because they're fucking morons and want to go up close and hug fucking bears. You're not friends with bears. I'm sorry. Even the circus bear will fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Don't stop to make phone calls. Don't become friends with a bear. Don't try to hug them. Run the fuck away.
It's like there was that other story. It was posted somewhere in the group where the alligator guy was sticking his head inside of an alligator. Thought it was trained. No, the alligator is going to bite your fucking head off.
These are wild fucking animals. I don't care. Circus, in a enclosed environment, trained or not, they have wild animal instincts, and eventually they will take over.
It's like these people that keep cougars or they think it's so cute when they're tiny.
Oh, what about that fucking moron from Connecticut like 10 years ago that got her face torn off by the fucking chimp? Because it's all fun. I'm going to keep a chimp in the house. Oh, let my neighbor come. Oh, let's play with the chimp. What winds up happening? Your face gets torn off, and you lose your arms and your legs. That's what happens.
And the chimp was probably just playing.
Yeah.
Well, the chimp just reacted. They're fucking wild animals. I don't care how trained they are. Eventually, they look at Siegfried and Roy. Siegfried and Roy got attacked by the tigers they've trained and been with for 20 years.
But you would need to train them for like 400 or 500 years for them to get that wildness out of them.
I mean, ultimately, that's what happened with the now household dogs from coming from wolves and household cats. They weren't just automatically pets. No, it took hundreds of years and generations of these animals to be bred to be friendly with people. Yeah, it doesn't just happen over fucking night.
Yeah, and even then, they will still go back to their instinct.
Oh, I mean, especially with dogs. I mean, dogs can turn at any point, especially
Can't trust any dog, any animal. You can't
Yeah,
trust any of them.
especially with the more aggressive breeds, like the
Yeah.
German Shepherds and the
'Cause
watchdog
won't-
types.
they
They'll
won't let
turn on you
go.
in a second.
And they won't let go.
Right. Yeah, they won't let go. That's right. Their instincts take over, and this is what they do.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'm thinking, a dog is more like a pack animal. So for the most part, if you portray yourself as the alpha male or whatever you want to call it, dogs are more submissive that way. And for those of you that have cats, if a cat was big enough, it would eat you without the cat does not love you.
I've had cats all my life. I have 3 of them now.
Yeah.
Cats are the greatest pets ever, and they could give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Just feed them.
Yeah.
Feed them and change their litter. They'll come up when they want to be petted. They'll come over and tell you, hey, in their way of nudging you or whatever, they'll say, pet me. And then when they're done, they get up and walk away. They don't give a fuck if you leave the house. They don't give a fuck when you come home.
No.
Just feed them and change the litter. And you're right. If they were big enough, they'd fucking eat you eventually and then move on. I love cats.
See, I don't trust a cat as far as whereas dogs, you're right. You go take out the garbage and they're greeting you at the door like you've left forever.
Like they haven't seen you in 50 fucking years.
But you want that, you want that love from your pet. To me, a cat. I mean, yeah, there's pretty cats. If I see a cat, I don't shoot it. But I had one once as a pet. Actually, my wife had a few when I first moved in with her, and it's the last cats we've ever had. And they
say what.
And when they pee,
sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. I'm just telling you, when they pee, it stinks forever.
If I'd have known about cats, I would have never got a dog. I'd never had a cat until my daughter took in that stray, and the stray had kittens. But I would never have had a dog. Cats are great, They just hang out. They live for themselves. But a dog is always there, isn't it? Cats just wander.
But when
there's a meme on on Facebook that perfectly describes the difference between cats and dogs. And so all these memes that go around on Facebook, some of them are really funny. And this one caught my eye, and I'll never forget it. It says a dog can understand like 10 phrases or whatever, a few simple words, loves you unconditionally, and has the human equivalent age level of 2. Then says a cat hates you and is sick of your shit and has the human age equivalent of 40. That's perfect. That's exactly the difference.
Definitely.
Mama Kate has tweeted, of course, on Twitter. She tweeted. So when is the court date at Cave Crew Radio? So I don't think.
Well, if she hadn't logged out of the chat, she would know. But she's logged out of the chat.
We will, you don't just come and stay with us for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Everything.
We're not some kind of podcast floozy here,
Yeah, everyone. This is live talk radio.
See, right. Now you've just had tweet number 1. Mama Kate is a podcast floozy. Tweet that, Stu, and she has to retweet it.
There you go. My name is Mama Cass, and I am a podcast floozy.
There you go.
Hashtag pay the price.
Hashtag Mama's penalty.
Well, guys, believe it or not, we're actually running about that time. Anybody else got anything we haven't covered? I mean, we've pretty much done a gambit tonight. Anything else that we forgot to mention, guys?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Just a short recap here, folks. All of you now start thinking of the name of the show, chat room, all of us here. We have had Constable Carson rise up on Twitter. Constable Carson, I posted the episode a while ago. Very funny show it was. We've had that. I have a new roller derby girlfriend named Diamond who weighs 700 pounds. Choo Choo Stu has made a song about the allotment, which we will close with tonight, as opposed to our normal entrance. Give you a chance to hear it again out there. Big B got his Father's Day presents, and we've talked about just about everything today. So, in the chat room, kids, if you think you have a name for the show, I'm ready to go. I picked mine early, so I'll go first tonight. Last week, folks, if you weren't with us, came down to a vote. We were that tied up that we had to vote on the actual name of the show. Mine is simply Allotment, the musical. Easy as that. Big B, you got one?
I have two, actually, because I had one that I wrote down a while ago, early in the night, and one that just came up. So if I'm allowed to say two.
Sure, why not?
Okay. The first one that I've had for quite some time is right along the lines of what you said. I had the Allotment Quartet.
Oh, okay. Allotment Quartet. And the other one?
And it just came up, Podcast Floozy.
Podcast Floozy. Now, how would you spell Floozy?
Floozy.
Okay. Checking on the chat. There is one out there. Buns, Bears, and Black Stuff. All right, over to you, Stu.
Well, I do like the buns, bears, and black stuff, but
not yet.
No, I'm just saying I like it.
Oh, quick! I like it too, but we'll get to that.
Well, I heard. I think I heard Big B saying "Legend of the Black Stuff" earlier, so I'm going to go with that. But also, I've also got a second one, which is follow Mama Kate.
Follow Mama Kate. All right, everybody, we go around once and see if we can pick a plain out winner. Buns, Bears, and Black Stuff. Allotment, the musical. The Allotment Quartet. Podcast Floozy. Legend of the Black Stuff. And Follow Mama Kate. Now, because there's so many, I'm going to try and narrow this down to two. See if we can get like a semifinal going on. I like the Allotment Quartet as opposed to mine. But I also like Legend of the Black Stuff. So we'll see how far we go with that. Don't forget to Eric Evil likes Double K's Allotment the Musical. So there's one for Allotment the Musical. We need you to vote, Al. Stu, what are you going to vote on? Stu, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm here. I was dreaming of something.
Oh, now you're narcoleptic as well.
No, I'm not. I wasn't sleeping, but if you lay back like that, yeah,
that's called meditating.
Yeah, I was meditating.
Okay, before you meditate, can you pick one or two so we can?
I'll go with Legend of the Black Stuff.
Okay, so that's two for that one. Al's going to pick his, which is the Buns, Bears, and Black Stuff, but he could swing to the Allotment Quartet. So technically,
I like that as well, to be honest.
Well, we've got two now. We've got the Allotment Quartet and Legend of the Black Stuff. So unless Big B changes his mind and picks one of those two, we're good to go. If he picks Allotment the Musical, we're in a dead heat. If he picks any of the other ones, it won't win. So technically, you could end this right now by picking the Allotment Quartet or the Legend of the Black Stuff, or it could be the Allotment Quartet presents the Legend of the Black Stuff.
All right. So I was all in on the Allotment Quartet, but I do like the Allotment Quartet presents the Legend of the Black Stuff.
All right.
I don't know if that's too long though.
It is pretty. The Allotment Quartet presents. I'll see if I can fit it. If not, it's a Allotment Quartet.
I mean, it's only long if someone like searching for a particular show. It's going, I wonder if there's a show called, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, they're all done by episode numbers anyway. This is number 22.
Well, like I said, originally my vote was for Allotment Quartet. So
I'll see if I can fit the Legend of the Black Stuff in. If not, for sure, it will arrive in the show notes. All right, so it is that time, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Cave Crew Radio, which is heard live every Thursday night on cavecrewradio.com, and we are available everywhere good podcasts can be found. Just in case you missed it, we're going to close out with The Legend of the Black Stuff by the Allotment Quartet. Why do anything different? Say goodnight, boys.
Later.
Good night.
We'll talk to you all soon. Here we go.
Okay, boys, look, you've all got the lyrics, so no mistakes this time, okay? I really want feeling in this take, okay? I really want some feeling. So give me your best, okay? Malcolm?
Okay, I'll do my best.
Norman?
With feeling, you say.
Mr. Small? Well, you know, I'll do what I can, boss. Right, we're going to go straight for it this time. No mistakes. Right, on the count of 3, the music's going to start. 1, 2, 3. My crops to me are like diamonds. I stand here king of my land. The aroma of manure and a burning heat. The smell of the shit on my hands. In a neat little town they call London. In an allotment plot I am bound. And many an hour sweet happiness, drinking tea as I potter around. After hours and hours of digging, I finally sowed all my seed. Far away from the wife and the screaming kids, what more could a chap ever need? All my crops to me are like diamonds. I stand here king of my land. The aroma of manure and a burning heat. The smell of the shit on my hands.